This painting is for a friend of mine. I don't normally do this style of work, but she was going to have this design turned into a tattoo at one time and asked me for a painting. She's a good friend of mine, so I decided to do it. I'm starting out with pink in the center here and fading into a little bit more purple towards the outer edge, and then I will go into a darker purple around the very outside, and I would like all the layers to be blended nicely. For my pink, I'm using a mixture of processed magenta, Grumbacher paint, and titanium white. And this is all done in acrylic. And as I fade out into this area, I'm using Dioxazine purple and white. And I blend that with a little bit of my already mixed pink. So I like each layer to blend nice. Okay, now that this is dry, I'm using a little bit of burnt sienna, yellow ochre, hooker's green, and raw umber. I'm going to be painting the vine. I'm using a small flat brush for the vine. She asked for a butterfly to be placed in the center. So the first thing that I'll do is I'll paint it in the basic shape using white. Pretty happy with the overall shape and things. Then I can let it dry. And I think I'll leave that for now. I'm going to put in the little rosebud up here with white as well. That way it'll show up a little more later when I add it. I wasn't totally happy with the size of that butterfly, so I went back and actually got a trace of a butterfly that I had done once before. And that's okay. You can pull images off the internet. You can take them from previous paintings, which I did here. And I had an image of it, and I cut it out and traced right around it. I like the size of that one. So this gives me a little bit better shape. Yeah, I like that better. So now I will let this dry. While I'm waiting for the butterfly to dry, I'm going to go ahead and work on my vine a little bit. And I'll add some leaves and things. The idea is to have some leaves, but not have the have too much attention go to the leaves. They're not an essential part of the painting, they're just there for a little detail. For the blue butterfly, I'm using a little bit of ultramarine blue, cerulean blue, and cobalt blue. For this upper outer border, I have some black mixed in with my cobalt blue. Added a couple more leaves. I used my white paint to basically erase the leaf that I had just added there because I felt that it was just a little bit too large. So after that white paint dries, I will add back a smaller leaf, and then I'll add a small leaf up here as well. While I'm waiting for the other areas to dry, I'll start working on my rose. And this will just be laying down the basic layer. I added a little more white to that area where I erased the leaf before. blended in this area one more time, and I worked a little bit on this area. I have a leaf added up there. I think that's, I might do a tiny bit more on that. Now I have to let it dry again. I used just the edge of this brush to add the little tiny antenna. And I went back and added a little line of black in here with a little bit of water, a little extra water in my brush to make sure that I didn't have any little holes in my paint. You don't want the white canvas showing through anywhere. Now I'm just going back with a little bit of yellow and white to make sure that I have all the areas covered where the background maybe wasn't quite right. I think that's finished now.